Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to my shop. So even amongst the toilet paper shortage, I happen to be short on end mill holders now too. I got some material in, and I've been kind of drawing it out. And yeah, sorry guys, I'm kind of hell bent on cutting the freaking dovetail because I haven't cut one yet. So that's kind of what my plan is for the future. So I've gone ahead and turned my only two good end mill holders into dovetail cutter holders. I stuck them on the lathe and I made sure that they were all just really perfect. So they're, they got them within, maybe half thou, probably less of run out. So they should be pretty good. And yeah, I just Loctited them in there because, I don't know, it seems to work really good. So I know I've made end mill holders before, but I'm going to go about it a little bit differently this time. Incidentally, I've found a really good use for my steady rest finally. So let's head over to the lathe. All right, hopefully this angle's good. Let's see how good this fits up in here now. And that is, oh yeah, that's a really nice fit in there. You guys see that? Oh yeah, perfect. Like, the reason I wanted to do the steady rest is so I didn't have to take this out again. So now I can cut that whole taper in there, essentially, with never having to pull it out of the chuck. And dress up the end and cut the taper, and then it's done. And then the only part I have to do is I'll have to take it out to put it in the spindle. But the hardest part here is that's amazing. I didn't think I'd get that on the first try. Sweet. All right, nothing doing but to get to it, I guess. All right, well, we're getting pretty close to the nitty gritty here. Looking for 778 thou on the end here, and then we're gonna have to switch it up and move to the, the other side of the taper. So far, everything's going pretty good. So we're 815, 835 thou roughly. It's not well, it is kind of important to get it at least close, otherwise it'll be sucked all the way into the spindle, which is not good. So we'll bring it in we'll take another 30 off, and then we'll do a finish pass. That's 30 off the OD. Yeah, I've had to stop every now and then because I've bought this real cutting fluid, I guess. And man, it smokes like crazy. Holy cow. So I've had to open the doors up every now and then. Chips are breaking off really good though. Even for the high-speed steel, I got a pretty nice rake on there. That's a pretty decent looking finish on there. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Try to get close to the end as possible. Yeah, we're 780 something here, so that's actually probably pretty close enough. Well, maybe we'll just cut a quick little relief in there. That's about it. Alright, now if I recall what I did last time, just to make sure that I didn't go too far, I wound this up all the way. The whole length is supposed to be 3.18 inches or something. So we should have plenty of room here. Just this is a good way to find your stop. Just want to see the difference here so I don't end up going too deep, because when I blend that in there, I'm going to mark it up a little bit. And 900 almost exactly. And 925. Alright, so yeah, it should be good right there. Alright, I had to pause there and talk to the neighbor. So yeah, I'm gonna just barely nick that marker and then finish the rest of this taper off. You know, that's the plan anyway. It might even be too much. About there. I think that should be pretty damn close. I didn't go far enough back here. That kind of sucked. I think that's what I did. There we go. And that, in theory, should be a Morse 3 taper. It sure feels good. We've got contact there, here. Looks like we got some right in the middle there. Well, it's really difficult to see. We got some right there. So yeah, we got several points of contact. You know, majority of the way down. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. All right. So I actually have one more of these to make, and then one more taper, plus it's gonna have a big end on it for something. So what you see me doing here is, well, I'm gonna make a fly cutter, I guess. Just a little guy. Because obviously this thing can't handle too much more than that. I'm taking out 25 thou increments. Unfortunately, my Monarch is in the shop, so no 250 thou cuts this time. Alright, well that's a start anyway. So that's going to be the fly cutter at some point. I am going to turn it in there. I'll turn that down and then I don't know what kind of angle. Some kind of arbitrary angle. So these two are pretty basic. I actually think I have video on that already. So we're probably just going to skip those. That's, that's just more of the same. But I have not made a fly cutter yet. So I'm going to stick this in the lathe. We'll turn off the outside and face it up and get doing some milling. All right, well, I generated a pretty good pile of chips. I think it's probably a good idea to clean some of that up. That's actually only about half of them. There's the other half. Alright guys, this is our weirdness setup here. See if I can't get in the back to show you what's up. So I got it in the whatever makeshift V-block sort of deal, and I clamped it in there, got some copper, and I did I realized the angles on here or whatever is there, but I squared it up to the ways plus stuck an indicator on it, and it's within about a thou. So it should be good there. Miraculously, we got just enough clearance on the top and bottom for this end mill. Ooh. Okay. Oh, this clumsy ass thing. Oh wow, this is actually going a lot better than I thought. That's a big cut. I think we're probably 200 thou in depth there. Well, I gotta say, I am really happy with how that milled out. That's pretty good. I gotta say, it's the nicest end mill holder I got so far. Yeah, that is not bad. Well, I guess yeah, it's pretty deep cut too. Well, deeper than I was planning, but that's actually good, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna finish milling this out, and I'll get back to you once we get it get our. Well, I guess I'm going with a 15-degree angle. See you in a bit. All right, let's take a look at this beauty. Yeah, for a milling attachment, it did okay. I was doing pretty good sizable size cuts too. So now we're gonna have to take a big, more sizable chunk out of there yet. Oop, out of the top here. And mill another slot down here for the tool. All right, so here's my plan of attack here. So I guess I got it drawn out here. This is where it is sitting, you know, looking at the face. This is where it's sitting at the moment, right in the lathe, mill, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I plan on using 3/8 tooling. This I checked it out. It's actually 2 thou under, so I'm just going to go straight up 375 on that for 3/8. I'll leave a 1/4 inch there for the set screws, and then this is all going to get milled off to the same depth. So this will be 375 square in there. But to do this part, you're gonna have to wait till that 1/4 inch end mill or reamer gets in. Oh! Package for you, sir. Right, thank you very much. Finally. Alright, so we got our tool. To make this tool. Alright, so these numbers here, like I've already got it dialed into where I'm going to start. Like this number here is 6 points, like that's an arbitrary number. That's just the maths. Like it doesn't mean that we have to take that much. You know, it's always best to simplify this stuff. Like you want to do it like to the nearest thousandths, honestly, you just do this. If you want it, you know, it's not a big deal. Or, you know, 615 or whatever, something simple. So it's just a lot less likely that you're going to have, you know, it's a lot easier to wrap your brain around it and get it done. All right, so I got her all set up here and dialed into where I'm going to start. On the y-axis, I guess we got 150 thousandths. The z-axis, we got 125. And then we're just going to use the x to for the travel. Got everything locked in already. She's pretty much ready to go, about 800 RPM, give or take. Man, she mills shit off like nobody's business. That's a perfect finish on there. All right, so yeah, I got to do two more passes like that, and that'll take us to. That's what I mean about simplifying your measurements, right? So we do 125 three times. That's our 3/8 of an inch. So we do that 3 more times, and then the last pass, I'll probably just do a skim pass along the whole length, and we can even go for that crazy number, the 617 thousandths or whatever. Honestly, I don't see why not. We totally could do that, so I think we will. So when I'm doing that part, I'll get right back to you. All right, so we just hit our mark. So, well, I didn't do the spring pass yet. We can go another 10th thou or so. As you can see, we got a really nice even line there. And I actually overshot this by about 4 thousandths of an inch or something, according to this. So that's not bad. Well, not even 3 thousandths. But I'm going to run it back through there, and hitting this whole surface here, it doesn't even really need it. Like that's a really nice finish on there. It's perfect. Perfect. But I'm going to do it anyway, because it'll get us closer to our next mark when we got to swap out the end mills. So we'll know where our center is and everything good quite well then. And I'm kind of up in the air with the whole cutting fluid thing. I don't know if it helps with the carbide or what, but we'll use it anyway. Maybe we'll get a nicer finish out of this. Yeah, it's kind of a big pass. We'll see how this pans out. We're getting these freaking awful slivers now. And that, folks, is a done deal. All right, so I've painted it up and scribed in some layout lines here. I've set the end mill to cut a path straight down the middle. And then once we get down to depth, we'll take a little off the top and bottom and get it fit up really good for the fly cutter's cutting tool. I'm not going to go quite so deep with this cut since the whole end mill is buried right in there, so we'll see how this goes. Alright. Yeah, I think it's about 1100 RPM. About a 50 thou depth of cut. Just do 50 thou at a time until we hit 375. Yeah, definitely gonna have to do sliver control on this one. Okay, guys, well, you see what I'm up to here. I just got a little bit more to take off this part. And then I'll bring it back down and cut it and get right back to you. All right, did a couple spring passes just to make sure it was all nice and cleaned up. According to this, we're sitting right where I was expecting to be at 370 thousandths. So we just got a little 5 thou pass to make and it should be done deal. All right, I gave it a spring pass and then another, or a climb mill and then a spring pass on the way back. So I don't know, I'm gonna deburr that just a scotch. If I can find my file. There it is. Can't bring it back any further. All right, we'll try that out. And test fit a tool. Oh, well, that's pretty tight yet. Well, I think we're gonna have to go another couple of thou. I don't know if we want it that tight. See, that's really, really tight. I don't know, deburr, a little quick file job would probably just straighten that right out. No, I think it needs a little more in there. Okay, well, you might be asking yourself, what the hell is this guy doing with this milling attachment on the drill press? Is it mill envy or something? Yes, it is. It's mill envy. No, honestly, it just seemed like a really good idea since it was already squared up and everything. Just take the whole attachment off and bolt it to the table and done deal. Anyways, so it actually took several little annoying passes, but oh, now what did I do to it? It was fitting. There we go. We got a really nice fit in there though now. So it's pretty much perfect. Just one side of this tool seems to be a little bit bigger than the other, but it's pretty good. It'll be fine. Voila. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to drill out these, drill 3 holes in there for 1024 set screws, 3 of them, and by rights it should be ready to be tested. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to get this on camera. So, I have never fly cutted anything before. I really even only have one thing, get in there, that I can fly cut at the moment. We got to do the obligatory test run for sure. All I can think of right now is this thing. Maybe clean up the face a little bit. It's actually really good already. But I think a fly cutter supposedly does a really good job, so I'm going to do that. Well, there goes nothing. Hey, give you guys the best seat in the house. Let's see what my first fly cutter cut actually looks like here. I think when I messed with the gib, yeah, I see where I changed direction and I messed with the gib, but it just left the line there. So there's that. But like that is really smooth from parts that I didn't pick up. Well, to be sure, my technique could use some work. It does work though. I think it could use a couple little tweaks here and there, but as far as I can tell, it's definitely a fly cutter. Now, what I really had planned on fly cutting Admittedly, it's 12 inches long. That's why I needed a fly cutter, because obviously you can't fit that in the lathe. So I don't know. I'm hoping I can face that off with, because I'll have to do some of it and then reposition it, and then some of it, then reposition it. So I want to see how much reach I at least had with that thing. So now I know. Well, I hope you guys are making the best of your self-isolation. You know, I'm a bit of an introvert, so it's not really phasing me all that much. Anyways, you guys, stay safe out there. Look out for one another, eh? So, yeah. On that note, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.